Hey second graders, did you know that April is National Letter Writing Month? You are going to write a letter this week and send it in the mail. Let's look at a few examples of letters. So first we can look in this book called Letters Home. And this is a book about a boy writing to his sister because him and his dad are traveling on a boat to America. So the brother, or the boy, is writing a letter to his sister telling her what their travels are like. Notice how it starts with Dear Eva. So the sister's name is Eva. And then he writes a whole big message here, and at the end he writes Love, Stefan. And all the pages are the letters that he sends home to her. We can also look at this book called Dear Mr. Blueberry. This has a little girl who keeps writing letters to Mr. Blueberry, her teacher, about how she thinks she saw a whale in her pond in her backyard. So once again, it starts with Dear whoever she's writing to. So she's writing to Mr. Blueberry. Then there's a comma, then her message, and then Love, Emily. I do wish Emily would have put a comma after love. But I think she was too little to know better. She's just a little girl. Anyhow, when you look at her letter back from Mr. Blueberry, he starts with Dear Emily, comma. He writes, I don't think you saw a whale, and all. Gives her some information about that. And then here's his closing. Yours sincerely, your teacher, comma, Mr. Blueberry. And then he writes his name. I also saved a couple of examples of some letters I've gotten in the mail recently. Now, at the top, they didn't write Dear or anything. They just put Sarah. Wrote a big, long message. And then he didn't write, like, sincerely. He just wrote his name, Jeff. That's okay. Here's one. My cousin had a baby recently, so she wrote me a little thank you note for a gift that I sent her. Again, she didn't write Dear, but she wrote Sarah, comma, and then at the end, she just did a little heart symbol and then signed all their names. Here's one from a friend of mine that I got. I gave him a birthday card, so he sent me a little thank you back. And here's a nice example of one that I got from a student last year. What I like about her letter is she wrote the date at the top. So now I can remember that she wrote this on August 12th, 2019. She wrote, Dear Mrs. Poswilko, comma, and then she wrote me a letter about how her summer had gone. Love, comma, Daisha. So let's look at the procedure for writing a letter. The best thing we want you to do that not very many of these examples had is write the date at the top. So you're maybe watching this on Wednesday, so it might be April 22nd, 2020. When you watch this, I don't know, we'll see. So date in the top right corner. Then Dear whoever you're writing to, which on Thursday you're gonna write a letter to me, comma. Then you will write some kind of a message. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know what you're up to. Let me know if you have any questions. Dear Mom, I hope you're doing well. That's just a little example. You don't have to write that, but just write some kind of a message. Then at the end, you'll write something for a closing. It could be love. It could be sincerely. I'm going to do miss you, another comma, start a new line, and sign your name. So that is the format you will do for writing a letter. I'm excited to get a letter from each of you, and I hope you're doing well. Call me if you have any questions.